Are you feeling called to become a doula but unsure how to stand out in such a crowded industry? Maybe you've built a successful career, but deep down, you know it's time to shift gears to do the work that truly matters to you and promote yourself to your calling as a doula. You're ready to answer the call, but here's the question that could be keeping you up at night. How will I actually succeed? Is it too late to get started? How will I stand out in what seems like an oversaturated industry with so many doulas who already have clients, experience, and advanced skills? Listen, here's the truth. The doula industry is growing rapidly, right? Just last year in 2023, it was valued at 14.36 billion with the B, and is expected to nearly double by 2033, growing at about 6% annually. That's how much demand there is for compassionate, skilled doulas, people just like you. So, why are so many new doulas feeling stuck and struggling to book clients and make the impact that they envision if this industry is, in fact, growing and growing by the billions, right? The key lies in two things, right? The first is understanding the specific type of work or service you're great at and love doing, also known as your niche, and defining the group of people who are most likely to need your help, right? Also known as your target market or target audience or clients, right? These are the building blocks of a successful career, and they'll set you apart from the start, no matter how crowded the market seems or how much experience other doulas may have, right? So, in today's episode, I'll guide you through the exact steps to identify who you're uniquely designed to serve so you can launch your doula career with clarity, confidence, and to make the purpose and impact that you really want to achieve, right? So I know what you're thinking, right? You're probably immediately feeling resistance to picking a specific type of doula work that you want to do and picking a type of person that you want to serve, right? You might feel like you're pigeonholing yourself and that you don't really want to get specific at all, right? But let me tell you this. When you try to be everything to everybody, you actually end up diluting your voice and your unique gifts. It makes it hard for potential clients, customers, families to even remember you, let alone see why they should choose you over another doula, right? And let me give you guys an example of this, right? So recently I had my mirror on my car crack, right? It's the side mirror on the passenger side of the car, right? And I had too many 9 p.m. trips to my client's house, and my client lived in an area that I actually called the get out place, right? There weren't a lot of street lights. It was kind of foggy. It was kind of off like a small body of water. And so I couldn't really see well when traveling to and from this client's house. And so my brights would automatically get brighter as we would get darker as we travel along the path, and so would other cars. So I got temporarily blinded by oncoming cars, bright lights, and I moved a little bit too far to the right, smacked somebody's mailbox. Needless to say, the mailbox won and my side mirror zero because I cracked off the back of my side mirror and hit it so hard that my side mirror actually cracked too. So I had to get the whole thing replaced, right? And so I have a general mechanic that's like literally 30 seconds away from where I live. Here's the problem though. With him being a general mechanic, I really don't know what he has the capacity to fix and what he doesn't have the capacity to fix. So I actually have to drive to the shop, tell him what's going on, allow him to look at my car, tell me if he can fix it or not fix it. And I have to wait on an estimate to see if it's something that I want to move forward with or not, right? So I end up having to drive back home and call him to get the estimate, right? So he can actually fix my side mirror. He does have a guy that can fix it. He gives me the estimate and I'm like, well, it's not him that's fixing it. It's some guy who he knows who I don't know and I don't like the price, right? So I end up calling a company called SafeLight. SafeLight is a very well-known company. They have you know, stores and services available like all over the country. They only fix glass, right? Only glass. So if something is going on with your car that is glass related, Safelite fixes it. They also have a very smooth and easy process for online booking, online estimates, and not only that, they have a mobile service where they come to your house to fix it so you don't have to worry about how far away they are. If you're in their service area for mobile service, they will come to you. Why am I telling you guys this? I am telling you guys this because this is a primary example of how being a generalist, right? The mechanic that's 30 seconds away from me that does mechanic services at an affordable rate, right? He's the generalist. And I absolutely did not pick him. I picked the specialist over him, right? The glass specialist that can come to me, that made it easy for me to get an estimate, made it convenient for me to get service, and was actually less expensive, right? But how many times do you think that people are picking Safelite over the general mechanic that I mentioned who's a few seconds away from my house? And I bet you there's even more people who don't even know about the general mechanic that's 30 seconds away from my house because Safelite is so much bigger, they're marketing so much better, and they're specifically sticking in my mind and probably the minds of a lot of other people as the glass repairer of choice, right? So, choosing a specific type of service that you want to provide and that you're good at, and choosing a group of people who need your help the most isn't just a marketing strategy. It's about creating clarity, confidence, and alignment in your business, right? This is a game changer because you'll stand out, right? You'll stick in people's minds and they'll remember you. You'll build deep connections, right? Speaking directly to the people who need your help will make them feel seen, understood, and excited to work with you, right? And it'll also give you staying power, right? So it will be the solid foundation that you need for a sustainable career in doula practice. And even as the industry evolves, you'll still have the advantage of being in people's minds and sticking around as the choice, right? The premium choice. So, I want to let you guys know that if you're new, this is day 5 of an incredible series that we have been going through called Answer the Call, Launch Your Doula Career in 30 Days, right? So pause this if you have the time and go back and listen to days 1 through 4. If you don't have the time right now, I'll just do a quick recap. On day 1, we decided to commit first, right? And to not wait until January. We are going to start in December with getting the things that we need to get in order to launch a successful doula career, right? Day 2, we talked about going 5 whys deep and uncovering the deeper purpose and motivation for why you want to become a doula, because this is going to be the anchor that you need as things get tough, right? And we talked about how to recognize when things get tough and when you may be sabotaging yourself with the thoughts and stories that you're telling yourself about your capability or maybe inability to pull this off, right? On day 3, we talked about building your personal GPS, right? And crafting your vision statement, mission statement, and discovering your core values, right? And this one was incredible because these are the things that are really going to provide a decision making framework, right? How many of us know that when you do something new, you're going to have to make some decisions and you're new? So it's like, okay, I don't have much information to base this off of. How will I make my decisions, right? So your mission statement, vision statement, and core values will make it clear what opportunities are for you, what clients you need to serve, and how to really stay in alignment with the vision that you have for your career. Day 4, which was yesterday, we talked about types of birth work, which was a lot of fun. A lot of people think that it's just birth doula work, or maybe they know about birth doula work and postpartum doula work, and they don't know about any of the other options that they have for how they can show up and serve people in birth work. And so we really started to explore that. We talked about how we can go even deeper and find the best fit for us when it comes to birth work, right? So, today we are talking about why you should consider picking a specific service that you would love to do and picking a specific group of people who can use that support, right? And we're going to talk about how making that decision can give you clarity, confidence, and the ability to book out your new doula practice from the beginning, right? Okay, so let's break this down. If you are new to the word niche and target market or target audience, I do want to dive a little bit into what that means, right? So, niche or niche, depending on where you live on the globe, people say niche or niche. This is going to be what you do best and what you love to do, right? So, for example, you may be saying, hey, I'm a nanny, and I'm thinking that postpartum doula support would be the service that I want to provide because it's the thing that I absolutely love to do. I love working with children and babies and being in that space, right? So maybe I want to take it to the next level and become a postpartum doula, right? The next word is target market, right? So this is a specific group of people that you want to serve, right? And these people can be identified by a few different things, but for the sake of our purposes, you may be thinking like, okay, I want to be a birth doula, right? That's the service that I want to provide or the niche. And I want to do that for first-time parents, right? So that's the group of people that you want to serve, people who are becoming parents for the first time. You want to help them sort out things like what to put on their gift registry and how to really talk to their partner about their vision for their labor or their childbirthing experience, right? So that's the space that you want to be in. So those are examples of what it means to pick a niche or a niche and to pick your target audience, right? When these two things are chosen and when they are aligned, they are able to help you figure out who you want to serve and who needs you the most, and to give you the excitement and clarity around how you can serve these people who need your service, right? Okay, so how to really pick a niche or a niche in a target market, right? Let's talk a little bit about that. So, let's ask some questions to help you identify, right? So, yesterday we talked a little bit about how to identify. And today we'll talk a little bit deeper on those things, right? So ask yourself, what part of birth work excites me the most? What unique skills or expertise do I bring to the table? Who do I feel called to serve, right? And we talked about this throughout this series so far. Sometimes we have a very clear journey that has brought us to this point in our life, right? Some of us have gone through a childbirthing process that has made an impact on us, and we're clear about who we want to serve and how we want to serve those people. Some of us have maybe like a parent or maybe know somebody that has gone through a childbirthing experience. And so we feel called to maybe help people that are giving birth, maybe while incarcerated, or helping people that are delivering babies that maybe have developmental challenges, like maybe Down syndrome, right? And so those are the things that I mean when I say we're picking a niche and we're picking a target market or a target audience or ideal clients who we can serve, right? And we can also just ask people around us, right? So we can always conduct some research by looking at communities online and people who we know and asking them, hey, like, what are you struggling with? What do you wish that somebody could give you the answer to or coach you through or support you through the most right now, right? So we can always take inventory that way as well. Let me say this too. I feel like sometimes as we're thinking through target market and niche, some people may be saying, you know what, I really don't know. And it's okay to take space and to just serve everybody as a generalist for like 12 or 24 months, right? Let's say. And then to come back and say, okay, who have I served over the last 12 months that I absolutely love serving and would love to serve a million more times, right? Or who have I served over the last 2 years that I feel like is becoming a pattern? Who's attracted to me, right? And my personality and how I show up. And we can start to refine and pick a target market and a niche after we've started to serve. Because sometimes clarity only comes through action, right? How many of us know that we can read books, we can take courses, we can talk about things in theory, but sometimes in practice, things feel different and we can get the clarity and momentum that we really need by just taking imperfect action and going back and taking assessment and taking inventory of what's happened and giving us direction on how we want to move forward, right? So if you need to place a pin in this because nothing is really coming up as like clear, or nothing is coming up in your gut or your instincts, or nothing is coming up in conversation or research, it's okay to place a pin in this and come back to doing this activity. Once you get a year or two into your journey, it may take less time, it may take more time, right? And that's okay. So, as far as action steps and what to do next, I want you guys to consider writing down who you would love to help, what service you would love to provide. And then you can take this even deeper by doing some research online, checking out YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and see if there are birth workers who are giving you behind the scenes, stay in the life type of content, and birth workers who are in the niche that you think that you want to be in, or in the specialty that you think that you want to be in, who are showing you how they're getting to their clients' houses, what a shift looks like, what their clients are like, what the babies are like. All of those things can really help you with getting an idea of where you would like to be and helping you to vision what your day could look like and if that's something that you would enjoy, right? Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Think about who you want to serve. Think about how you want to serve them. Don't forget that we're putting the do in doula. So we are doing some action steps and some homework every single day that will help us to get the clarity that we need and the momentum that we need as we are stepping into this new career. I want to let you guys know that this is the launch, and the launch is just the beginning. You can join the wait list to join my group coaching program, which is going to open in January. This is going to provide the continued clarity, support, and feedback, right? Because I know this is a one-way conversation, but you may have questions, things may come up, and you may need refinement, right? As we go along this process. And so the coaching space would be an incredible space for you to be able to do that in a safe community where everybody is working towards the same goal. So you'll get that accountability, you'll keep that momentum, you'll get that feedback, and most of all, you'll be able to really step into the career that you are designed for successfully. So, click the link in my bio in order to join the wait list. Click the link in the description of this episode if you're listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, and you can join the wait list that way. I am so excited to see you guys tomorrow for day 6, where we'll continue in our week of clarity and building the foundation. Thank you guys so much for showing up for yourselves, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Talk soon.